I want to also touch upon the major legislation that recently passed Congress, and specifically these historic cuts to the Medicaid program. Now, when you hear Medicaid, maybe you think about what Medicaid was half a century ago. Medicaid today covers 70% of Georgia's seniors in nursing homes, half of all births in the state of Georgia, and 40% of all children in the state, 40% of all kids. You cannot gut the Medicaid program without doing real harm. And from the beginning of this year, right until that bill was passed midsummer, hospital leaders, nurses, doctors, nursing home leaders, community leaders were coming to my office. They were coming to the offices of every member of Georgia's congressional delegation saying, don't do this. You're going to hurt people. And what did we learn last week? Did you see the news out of Northeast Georgia? St. Mary's Hospital in Livonia, they are ending labor and delivery services. And they're citing the Medicaid cuts. And as a husband and the father of a 4-month-old baby girl and a 3-year-old girl, I know well, and you all know well, but if mom is going into labor, the last thing you want to be worrying about is, gee, is it going to take us 45 minutes or an hour and a half to get to an obstetrician? Particularly if you got a high-risk pregnancy in a state where we already have a terrible shortage of OBGYN physicians and clinics. So everything that you heard about Medicaid over the summer, if perhaps it sounded just like politics or abstract or theoretical debate, we're now seeing the real human consequences, as predicted, as warned. Evans Memorial Hospital in Southeast Georgia, they just announced that because of funding shortfalls they're anticipating, they may have to cut their ICU. All of this against a backdrop where we've lost 9 rural hospitals in Georgia in the past 10 years, in large part because state leaders refuse to expand Medicaid, where more than half our counties lack basic, essential health care services, like an OBGYN for prenatal care for pregnant women. This policy is going to put health care in Georgia, is already putting health care in Georgia under immense strain. And actions have consequences. And I think it's going to be very, very difficult for the members of Georgia's delegation in Congress who supported this policy to explain it. And I think they should have to explain it to the people and on the record.